There's something profoundly powerful about understanding how money works, not just for the sake of accumulating more, but for the life it empowers you to create. Let me share three principles that can transform the way you think about wealth, success, and what's truly possible for your future. First, consider this. Your income will always be a reflection of who you are as a person. It's not just about your skills or education, it's about your habits, your mindset, and the value you bring to the world. If you want to increase your income, start by increasing yourself. That means learning new skills, surrounding yourself with people who inspire growth, and stepping outside your comfort zone regularly. Growth is the foundation of progress. If you don't grow, your potential for wealth remains stagnant. So ask yourself, am I becoming the kind of person who can handle greater opportunities? Because money doesn't chase luck, it chases preparation and character. Next, let's talk about saving. Saving isn't just about setting aside dollars, it's about creating margin in your life. Think about it. If all you do is earn and spend, you're stuck on a treadmill. There's no room to breathe, no space to dream. But when you save, even if it's just a small portion of what you make, you create options, you give yourself freedom. And let's be honest, saving isn't always easy, especially when expenses pile up. But every dollar you save is an investment in your future self. It's a statement that says, I trust myself enough to prepare for tomorrow. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how those efforts multiply over time. Finally, there's one principle that often gets overlooked but holds immense power. Wealth isn't built by trading time for money alone. At some point, you need to shift from working for money to having money work for you. This is where investing comes in. Real wealth is built through patience, strategy, and discipline. When you invest wisely, you put your money to work while you sleep, while you pursue passions, while you live your life. It's like planting seeds in fertile soil and giving them time to grow into trees that bear fruit season after season. Yes, starting might feel uncomfortable, but remember, every great journey begins with a single step. These principles aren't complicated, but they demand commitment. They require you to take responsibility for your financial destiny, instead of waiting for someone else to hand it to you. And here's the truth, anyone can do this. Yes, anyone, including you. All it takes is making better choices today than you did yesterday, staying focused on the long game and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. So wherever you find yourself right now, whatever your starting point may be, know this. Financial freedom isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's available to anyone willing to embrace these timeless steps. What will you choose to do next? Let's talk about something that often holds people back, fear. Fear of making mistakes, fear of losing what little they have, or even fear of stepping out of their comfort zone. But here's the truth. Fear doesn't protect you, it paralyzes you. It keeps you stuck in the same patterns, repeating the same results and wondering why nothing ever changes. If you want to move forward, you need to confront that fear head on. Start by asking yourself, what am I afraid of? Is it failure, rejection, uncertainty? Once you identify the source of your fear, you can begin to dismantle it. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action despite it. Every time you push through fear, you grow stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling whatever comes next. Now let's address another critical factor. Discipline. Discipline might not sound exciting, but it's the foundation of every great success story. Think about it. How many times have you heard someone say, I'll start tomorrow? Or maybe you've said it yourself. Tomorrow turns into next week, then next month, and before you know it, years have passed without progress. Discipline flips that script. It says, I'll start today, even if it's small. Whether it's setting aside 10 minutes to read, cutting unnecessary expenses, or sticking to a budget, discipline builds momentum. And momentum is powerful because once you get moving, it becomes easier to keep going. So don't wait for motivation to strike. Motivation is fleeting. Instead, rely on discipline. Show up every day, even when you don't feel like it, and watch how those small actions add up over time. Another key point to consider is the importance of focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, endless notifications, entertainment at our fingertips. It's easy to lose hours scrolling or binge watching shows. But here's the reality. Time is your most valuable asset, and how you spend it determines your future. If you're constantly distracted, you're wasting opportunities to invest in yourself and your goals. To combat this, set clear priorities. Ask yourself what truly matters to me. What steps will bring me closer to my dreams? Then eliminate anything that doesn't align with those priorities. This isn't about deprivation, it's about intentionality. When you focus your energy on what truly matters, you'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish. Of course, none of this happens overnight. Building wealth or creating any kind of meaningful change takes patience. Patience is one of those virtues we all admire but rarely practice. We live in a culture that glorifies instant gratification, fast food, quick fixes, overnight successes, but real growth takes time. Consider nature for a moment. A tree doesn't sprout fully grown from the ground. It starts as a tiny seed buried deep in the soil. It needs water, sunlight, and care to grow. Over time, it becomes strong enough to withstand storms and bear fruit. Your journey is no different. You plant seeds of effort, nurture them with consistency, and allow time to work its magic. Trust the process even when you don't see immediate results. Progress may be slow, but it's steady, and that's what counts. Let's shift gears for a moment and talk about relationships. Who you surround yourself with plays a massive role in shaping your mindset and influencing your decisions. If you're constantly around people who complain, make excuses, or settle for mediocrity, guess what? That negativity will rub off on you. On the other hand, if you seek out individuals who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to become better, you'll naturally rise to their level. Success isn't a solo journey, it's a team effort. Find mentors, friends, or communities that share your vision and values. Surround yourself with people who believe in your potential even when you doubt yourself. Their encouragement can make all the difference during tough times. Speaking of tough times, adversity is inevitable. No matter how carefully you plan or how hard you work, setbacks will happen. Maybe you'll face a job loss, a business failure, or an unexpected expense. These moments test your resolve, but they also present opportunities for growth. Adversity reveals character. It shows whether you'll crumble under pressure or rise above it. The choice is yours. When challenges arise, remind yourself of your why. Why are you pursuing this path? What drives you to keep going? Clarity of purpose gives you strength when the road gets rough. Use these moments to learn, adapt, and come back stronger than before. One area where so many people struggle is managing debt. Debt has a sneaky way of creeping into our lives, often starting with good intentions. A credit card purchase here, a loan there. It adds up faster than you realize. Before long, you're trapped in a cycle of paying interest instead of building wealth. Breaking free from debt requires a game plan. Start by listing everything you owe, along with the interest rates. Focus on paying off high-interest debts first while maintaining minimum payments on others. Cut unnecessary expenses and redirect that money toward eliminating your obligations. Yes, it might take time, but every payment brings you closer to freedom. Imagine the peace of mind that comes with being debt-free. The ability to use your income for growth instead of repayment. While we're on the topic of expenses, let's discuss lifestyle inflation. This is the tendency to increase spending as your income rises. It's tempting. You get a raise or a bonus, and suddenly you deserve nicer things, a bigger house, a fancier car, designer clothes. But here's the catch. Lifestyle inflation keeps you stuck in the rat race. Instead of using extra income to build wealth, you're simply inflating your cost of living. To avoid this trap, adopt a simple mantra: live below your means, keep your expenses low, even as your earnings grow. This creates space to save, invest, and create lasting wealth. Remember, true financial freedom isn't about having more stuff, it's about having more options. Now, let's dive deeper into investing. Investing can seem intimidating at first, especially if you're unfamiliar with terms like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. But here's the secret. You don't need to be an expert to get started. Start by educating yourself. Read books, listen to podcasts, or take online courses. Knowledge is power, and the more you understand, the less daunting it becomes. Begin with small, manageable investments. Over time, you'll gain confidence and see the impact of compound growth. Compound growth is like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but as it picks up speed, it grows exponentially. The earlier you start, the greater the rewards. Don't let fear or uncertainty hold you back. Take that first step. and trust the process. Diversification is another crucial concept in investing. Putting all your eggs in one basket is risky. If that basket fails, you lose everything. Instead, spread your investments across different assets. This reduces risk and increases stability. For example, you might divide your portfolio between stocks, real estate, and index funds. Each type behaves differently in various market conditions, balancing out potential losses with gains elsewhere. Diversification isn't about playing it safe, it's about being smart. By spreading your resources strategically, you position yourself for long-term success. Here's another thought-provoking idea. Wealth isn't just about accumulating money, it's about creating value. Too often, people focus solely on acquiring riches without considering the impact they have on others. True wealth comes from contributing something meaningful to the world. Whether it's solving problems, improving lives, or leaving a legacy, your efforts should extend beyond personal gain. When you focus on adding value, opportunities multiply. People notice your contributions and doors open that you never imagined. Plus, knowing that your work makes a difference fuels your passion and drive. Value creation is the ultimate win-win. Let's circle back to habits for a moment. Habits are the building blocks of success. They shape your daily actions, which in turn shape your outcomes. Good habits compound over time, leading to extraordinary results. Bad habits, on the other hand, erode your progress bit by bit. The key is to design your environment to support positive behaviors. For instance, automate your savings so you don't have to think about it. Remove temptations that lead to overspending. Create routines that prioritize productivity and self-care. Small changes consistently applied lead to massive transformations. Be intentional about the habits you cultivate because they define who you become. Mindset is equally important. Your beliefs shape your reality. If you believe you're destined to struggle financially, you'll subconsciously sabotage your efforts. On the flip side, if you believe you're capable of achieving abundance, you'll find ways to make it happen. Cultivate a prosperity mindset by focusing on possibilities rather than limitations. Visualize your goals, celebrate your wins, and reframe failures as learning experiences. Speak positively to yourself and avoid negative self-talk. Your thoughts influence your emotions, which drive your actions and ultimately your results. Choose empowering beliefs and watch how they transform your life. Let's touch on generosity for a moment. Giving back isn't just a moral obligation, it's a practical strategy for building wealth. Generosity opens doors, strengthens relationships, and attracts abundance. When you give freely, whether it's your time, money, or expertise, you signal to the universe that you're ready to receive more. It's a principle rooted in reciprocity, plus, helping others fulfills a deeper sense of purpose. It reminds you that wealth isn't just about numbers in a bank account. It's about the joy of making a difference. Find ways to contribute, no matter how small, and watch how it enriches your life. Time management is another cornerstone of financial success. How you allocate your time directly affects your earning potential. If you're constantly reacting to emergencies or putting out fires, you're operating in survival mode. Instead, take control of your schedule, prioritize tasks that align with your goals, and delegate or eliminate the rest. Learn to say no to distractions and yes to opportunities that move you forward. Productivity isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Mastering your time gives you leverage, allowing you to focus on high-impact activities that generate results. Resilience deserves special attention as well. Life throws curveballs, and resilience is your ability to bounce back. Resilient people view challenges as temporary setbacks, not permanent failures. They adapt, innovate, and persevere until they reach their goals. Building resilience starts with embracing discomfort. Push yourself outside your comfort zone regularly. Face rejection, criticism, and uncertainty head-on. Each experience strengthens your mental toughness, preparing you for greater challenges ahead. Resilience isn't innate, it's developed through practice. The more you stretch yourself, the stronger you become. Education is a lifelong pursuit. Never stop learning, regardless of where you are in your journey. The world evolves rapidly, and staying informed ensures you remain competitive. Attend workshops, enroll in courses, or explore new industries. Curiosity fuels innovation, and innovation leads to breakthroughs. Even if you're already successful, complacency is the enemy. Always strive to improve, refine, and expand your knowledge base. Education not only enhances your skills, but also boosts your confidence. The more you know, the more capable you feel, and the more opportunities you attract. Risk taken is another essential component of financial growth. Playing it too safe limits your potential. Without risk, there's no reward. Of course, calculated risks are the key, not reckless gambles. Do your research, weigh the pros and cons, and trust your instincts. Understand that failure is part of the process. Not every risk will pay off, but each attempt teaches you something valuable. Over time, you'll develop a keen sense of judgment, enabling you to spot opportunities others might miss. Risk-taking separates dreamers from achievers. Which one will you choose to be? Networking plays a pivotal role in expanding your horizons. Relationships are currency in both personal and professional realms. Attend events, join groups, or connect online with like-minded individuals. Networking isn't about collecting contacts, it's about cultivating genuine connections. Offer help before asking for favors. Share insights, resources, and support. When you approach networking authentically, people respond in kind. Strong networks provide access to information, opportunities, and collaborations that accelerate your success. Never underestimate the power of a solid network. Adaptability is crucial in today's fast-paced world. Change is constant, and rigid thinking leads to stagnation. Embrace flexibility by staying open to new ideas and approaches. Be willing to pivot when circumstances demand it. Successful people aren't married to a single plan. They're committed to achieving their goals regardless of the route. Adaptability allows you to navigate uncertainty with grace and seize emerging opportunities. Stay agile and you'll thrive in any environment. Let's talk about something that often goes unnoticed but holds immense power. Consistency. Consistency is the quiet force behind every great success story. It's not the flashy wins or overnight breakthroughs. It's showing up day after day, even when no one is watching. Think about it this way. If you plant one seed in your garden today and then forget about it, will you have a thriving harvest tomorrow? Of course not. Growth takes time, care, and repetition. The same applies to building wealth or achieving any meaningful goal. Small, consistent actions compound over time. Saving a little each month, learning a new skill bit by bit, or investing regularly, even if it's modest, creates momentum. Over time, that momentum becomes unstoppable. So, don't underestimate the power of small steps. They might seem insignificant now, but they're laying the foundation for something extraordinary. Now, let's shift our focus to the concept of delayed gratification. This idea is simple yet profound. Sacrifice short-term pleasures for long-term rewards. It's easy to give in to instant gratification. We've all been there. That shiny new gadget, the tempting vacation, or the expensive dinner out can feel so satisfying in the moment. But here's the truth. Those fleeting pleasures often come at a cost. Instead of indulging immediately, ask yourself, what could I gain by waiting? Delayed gratification allows you to prioritize what truly matters. Building a future where you don't have to worry about money. Imagine being able to afford the things you love without stress or guilt. That freedom is worth far more than any temporary thrill. Train yourself to think long-term, and you'll reap rewards beyond measure. Another critical aspect of financial growth is understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Many people confuse the two, and it costs them dearly. An asset puts money into your pocket. It generates income, appreciates in value, or both. A liability takes money out of your pocket. It requires ongoing payments or loses value over time. For example, owning a rental property that generates monthly cash flow is an asset. On the other hand, buying a brand new car that depreciates as soon as you drive it off the lot is a liability. To build lasting wealth, focus on acquiring assets rather than accumulating liabilities. Ask yourself before every purchase, is this adding value to my life or is it draining resources? Make decisions that align with your financial goals and you'll see your net worth grow steadily. While we're discussing purchases, let's delve into the psychology of spending. Why do we buy the things we do? Often it's not about necessity, it's about emotion. Advertising, societal pressures, and even personal insecurities can drive us to spend impulsively. We convince ourselves that buying something will make us happier, more successful, or more accepted. But here's the reality: material possessions rarely deliver lasting satisfaction. The initial excitement fades quickly, leaving us craving the next thing. Instead of falling into this cycle, adopt mindful spending habits. Before making a purchase, pause and reflect. Do I really need this, or am I trying to fill an emotional void? Redirecting unnecessary spending towards savings or investments can transform your financial trajectory. Every dollar saved is a step closer to freedom. Speaking of freedom, let's explore the role of passive income in creating a life of abundance. Passive income is money you earn without actively working for it. Examples include rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, royalties from creative work, or automated online businesses. Building streams of passive income takes effort up front, but once established, they provide ongoing benefits. Picture waking up each morning knowing your bills are covered and your dreams are funded, all while you sleep. Sounds appealing, doesn't it? The key is to start small and scale gradually, whether it's setting up a side hustle, purchasing dividend stocks, or creating digital products. Take action today. Over time, these efforts will snowball into significant returns. Here's another important mindset shift. Stop viewing money as the enemy. Unfortunately, many people associate wealth with greed or selfishness. They believe pursuing financial success somehow diminishes their character. Nothing could be further from the truth. Money itself is neutral. It's simply a tool. How you use it determines its impact. When used wisely, money enables you to support loved ones, contribute to causes you care about, and create opportunities for others. It provides security, freedom, and the ability to live life on your terms. Reframe your relationship with money, see it as a resource for good, and approach it with intentionality and purpose. Let's also address the importance of setting boundaries. Boundaries protect your time, energy, and resources. 3 essential ingredients for financial success. Without boundaries, it's easy to get sidetracked by distractions or taken advantage of by others. Learn to say no to activities, commitments, or relationships that drain you. Protect your priorities fiercely. For example, if someone asks you to co-sign a loan or invest in a questionable venture, politely decline unless it aligns with your values and goals. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's self-preservation. When you guard your resources, you empower yourself to focus on what truly matters. Another valuable lesson is the power of mentorship. Surrounding yourself with experienced guides accelerates your progress exponentially. Mentors offer wisdom, perspective, and accountability that would otherwise take years to acquire. Seek out individuals who have achieved what you aspire to and learn from their journeys. Don't hesitate to reach out and ask for advice. Most successful people are happy to share their insights. Absorb their lessons, adapt them to your situation, and implement them consistently. Having a mentor is like having a roadmap. It saves you from wandering aimlessly and helps you navigate obstacles effectively. Let's touch on the significance of health in your financial journey. Your physical and mental well-being directly affect your earning potential and overall quality of life. Neglecting your health can lead to costly medical bills, missed opportunities, and decreased productivity. Prioritize self-care by eating nutritious foods, exercising regularly, and managing stress. Invest in preventive measures like regular checkups and adequate rest. A healthy body and mind enable you to perform at your best, tackle challenges head-on, and seize opportunities as they arise. Remember, you can't enjoy wealth if you're too sick to appreciate it. Take care of yourself. It's the ultimate form of wealth preservation. Now, let's discuss the art of negotiation. Negotiation isn't just for big business deals. It's a skill that applies to everyday situations. Whether you're discussing salary, negotiating a contract, or haggling over prices, effective negotiation saves money and maximizes value. Start by doing your homework. Know your worth, understand the market, and prepare your arguments beforehand. Approach negotiations calmly and confidently, focusing on mutual benefit rather than confrontation. And even small victories add up over time. For instance, securing a slightly higher salary or better terms on a purchase can translate into thousands of dollars saved or earned annually. Mastering negotiation puts you in control of your financial destiny. Here's a thought-provoking concept: scarcity versus abundance. People operating from a scarcity mindset believe there's never enough money, time, or opportunities. This belief leads to fear-based decisions, such as hoarding resources or avoiding risks. Conversely, an abundance mindset recognizes that opportunities are limitless. There's always room for growth, collaboration, and innovation. Adopting an abundance mindset opens doors you didn't realize existed. It encourages generosity, creativity, and boldness. When you trust that there's plenty to go around, you act differently. You take chances, share knowledge, and uplift others. Abundance attracts abundance, creating a virtuous cycle of prosperity. Let's talk about the importance of tracking your progress. Without measurement, it's impossible to know whether you're moving forward or standing still. Regularly review your financial situation, your income, expenses, savings, and investments. Use tools like spreadsheets, apps, or journals to stay organized. Celebrate milestones, no matter how small, and adjust strategies that aren't working. Tracking keeps you accountable and motivated. It also highlights areas for improvement, helping you refine your approach over time. Knowledge is power, and staying informed about your finances ensures you remain in control. Another powerful principle is the law of reciprocity. What you give comes back to you, often multiplied. This applies not only to generosity, but also to effort, kindness, and goodwill. When you help others succeed, you create a ripple effect of positivity. Opportunities flow naturally to those who contribute value. For example, sharing expertise, offering assistance, or mentoring someone may lead to unexpected partnerships or referrals. Reciprocity fosters trust and strengthens relationships, which are invaluable assets in any endeavor. Give freely and watch how abundance returns to you in surprising ways. Finally, let's emphasize the role of persistence. Persistence is the glue that holds everything together. No matter how smart, talented, or resourceful you are, setbacks will occur, projects fail, markets fluctuate, and plans unravel. But persistence refuses to quit. Persistent people view failures as feedback, not final outcomes. They adapt, regroup, and try again until they succeed. Cultivate persistence by focusing on your why. Remind yourself why you started this journey and what achieving your goals means to you. Keep pushing forward one step at a time and trust that perseverance will eventually pay off. In the end, remember this: financial freedom isn't about luck. It's about choices. The principles we've discussed today aren't complicated, but they demand consistency, courage, and commitment. Whether it's growing yourself, saving intentionally, or investing wisely, every step you take brings you closer to the life you deserve. So, what will you choose to do next? Start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. Your future self will thank you for it.